Hi, and welcome to the Wealth Building Mastermind Group. My name is Rini Ledgerwood, and it's been such a pleasure to be facilitating this group for the last almost a year now. And this group, the purpose is really to support and inspire each other in our wealth building journey through real estate investment. And personally, I've invested in real estate for the past 30 years. I started from nothing while in college. I washed dishes, I cut vegetables, I was a housekeeper, and I was a waitress. And the money that I collected from that, I bought my first mobile home while in college. And then after graduation, I upgraded my mobile home to a condo. When I had my first job, it was at San Diego State University. And then I went from there. And then from the condo, I upgraded into a single family home. And then I refinance, I do creative financing, and then I started buying a house every other year, including an apartment building finally, and then traded to commercial real estate. So I've been there, done that. Now I'm kind of passing on the torch, leaving my legacy, teaching my three daughters to do the same. They're on their second home now. And I'd like to help others as well. So in this group, we talk about the mindset, motivation, but most of all, we're also sharing our knowledge and experiences and strategies so that all of us can benefit from the values by masterminding together and learning and grow together. So proud of this group. This is like a family, so informal. We just kind of share whatever we want to share, and all of us started from humble beginnings. So uh, I hope that you can join us. This is like, come and join us. You know, grow the family here. At this point, I'd like to start introducing the group here, and let's start with Val. We'll just go around the group in this Zoom mastermind. Like I said before, this is very informal. So Val, why don't you start with you? Tell us a little bit about your background and why you decided to join this group.
Well, thank you, Rini, for facilitating this group for so many months, and we enjoy it. My name is Valérie Fagan. I was born in Bordeaux, in France, and well, it's been 25 years. I follow my dream. I live abroad. That was a dream since I was 9 years old. I moved to the USA in 1995. I was already bilingual. With a bachelor degree in international business administration. But when I moved to the States and started a career, it's been 20 years now in the wellness industry. And recently, a few years ago, there has been a shift in my career again. And somehow I've been very grateful for that shift because it led me to the personal growth industry. Now, I've been a student for with the success principles of Napoleon Hill that I've learned with Bob Proctor, being one of his consultants for the last 8 years. And I believe that being a member and co-creator of this mastermind, the Wealth Building Mastermind, that's the foundation of all success, according to Hill. I believe that this is going to help me achieve my goal. I believe also that, like Hill said, whatever my mind can conceive and believe, my mind can achieve it. And so I'm consciously ready to experience that powerful statement. Um, I gladly joined the Wealth Building Mastermind to be a force of good in the world, for myself, in my community, and ultimately the world, and model more joy and prosperity in my life than ever done before. Um, since our major center of interest is real estate, well, this is what I've experienced so far in the past, although I know that it is not going to reflect what I am able to create in the future. But I bought three properties. The first one was in France, two others in the state. I really enjoyed the time that I spent in each location. But at the end, none of those properties have been a profitable endeavor for me. And all that because of, you know, unfortunate circumstances. But I'm going to choose not to blame the circumstance and more acknowledge that I didn't really knew, you know, what I was doing, why I was doing it. My parents didn't educated me on that. That's why I joined this mastermind to know more and do things in a certain way to succeed. The fact is, I love real estate, and I'm more and more certain that a wealthy person must develop an estate. My past real estate endeavors show me basically not what to do. So I'm really eager and happy to engage, like Tony Robbins says, in massive action to become a successful real estate investor and create passive income for my family and for myself. Now, my ultimate goal, as crazy as it may sound, but is to earn more income while I sleep than when I'm awake. Because in the end of things, I love people and I'm going to use money as my servant. So I'm putting this out there. I'm really in expecting mood of taking some real actions and participate and develop wealth together with you guys and share it. Thank you.
Wow, love you. Love that. Love that, Val. Love your energy. Love your share. Thank you so much. Who wants to go next? Gene, let's have Gene do it. I can't see, he can't wait.
Oh, well, I tell you, it's such a joy to be in this group. You know, it's interesting because when we talk about finding the solutions and finding the resolve, it's so important to know where it is and how to find the answer. So 5 years ago, I had an experience that changed my life. And what's interesting is, and now that sounds a little dramatic the way I start this, however, the thing is, it really was dramatic. But the thing is, it's not what happened, it's how I approach it, how I took it in. See, what I learned is that when something difficult arises in your life, it's not what happened, it's how you approach it, right? Do I allow it to take control of me, or do I take control of it, right? So now I'd like to tell you the story, but more importantly, I'd like to share what I learned and how it could benefit you, because that's what this group is all about, right? Now, as you get to know me, you'll know, just like a lot of those over here in this group, we're very spiritual, we're very loving, we're very kind. We have a desire and love for growth and love for others. And it's that quality really that allows me to be a good father, I hope, of my daughter, 12 years old. And in fact, interestingly enough, if you come and join us, you'll see now she's one of my case studies. Now she's 12 years old, you guys. So in this discussion, if a 12-year-old could be part of it, then that tells you something. Wouldn't you like to know how that's happening? So now, my name is Gene Laventure. I'm the youngest of my siblings. And now, while I shared with you about my daughter, my wife of 16 years, who still gives me butterflies today, that's not how my story begun, but it is a great part of my story. I was born in Haiti, in a town called Port-au-Prince, to amazing parents. My mother instilled in me the love for spiritual things, but the love for my surroundings. And my father, now he was the very first entrepreneur that I ever met. Oh, he knew a lot. But the thing is, and that was the one problem, he kept it to himself. Now, he died a few years ago, actually, but he took all the knowledge with him. Now, we inherited a lot. Unfortunately, it went all to the wayside because we were never trained how to care for it, how to maintain it, or how to keep it. Could you imagine coming across millions but still living paycheck to paycheck? Now, many could relate because if you think about it, if you think about how much money you could make in a lifetime, that's a lot. So when you're not trained how to care for it, how to maintain it, or how to keep it, you lose out on a lot. So the lessons here is so valuable. It's so important. So how do we do that? Well, society teaches us that we have to work hard, and that's not a forced thing. But the thing is, they don't teach you how to work with the system. They teach you how to work for the system. You see, we work hard, but we'll allow money to work hard for us. Well, how do we do that? Well, real estate is a great avenue. You see, in real estate, you're not only able to build wealth and foundation, but it's also an avenue to keep it as well. Now, wouldn't you like to know how that works? Now, for the past 3 years, I've been kind of building myself to get into financial literacy and learning a lot and positioning myself to be able to get the blessings of what a true entrepreneur is like. And within that, I find different strategies and statistics. For example, let me share this. And in fact, you could do this research yourself. In CNBC.com, it says that the top 1% of the wealthy have 12.8% of their net worth in real estate. So let me ask you, if you were able to mirror something that they do as successors, and it could guarantee you success, would you do it? So if you would, then here's the great place to be, because we have everybody over here that has experiences, and they have the love for people, they have the love to share, and we want to see you grow. We want to see you experience things, and we're here for you. You see, having knowledge is great, but without knowing how to use it, it becomes worthless. So we don't want to be stuck in the paralysis mix. We want to make use of it. So how about having that support, that backing to continue to push and find your success, and we could celebrate to it. So that's what this group does. You have real people here, and they come from different backgrounds, but the knowledge and the experiences that they have is tremendous. So let's position ourselves to not only tell each other stories, but watch each other grow. So we welcome you. We look forward to talking to you and hear your story.
Thank you, Jean. Thank you so much for that. It's not how we begin, it's always how we end, right? So thank you for that. That is a wonderful share in your experiences and everything. Okay, next, let's hear it from Yanni.
Hi, thank you, Rini. Thank you, everybody. Well, I'm a single mother, and I'm learning real estate as of 2 years ago. I right after high school, my family all went to Mexico. So as I'm coming back to getting to know my country, I noticed that my money from Mexico shrank 20 times, right? So I had to find a way to be able to have the lifestyle I had in Mexico. It wasn't crazy extravagant, but it's sure more expensive over here. And real estate have always been something I was intrigued by. And since I was little, seeing the buildings, houses. So as I started working, I started connecting with people in real estate. And right now I'm more knowledgeable of land, and working with one of my friends, we are creating a company to be able to teach people the process from A to Z. So that itself allowed me to connect with these amazing people. I'm less knowledgeable on the actual house market, so this amazing people made me feel comfortable to learn, as they have done this. So I invite you guys, even if you don't know anything, if you know a little bit, it's a great way to connect and learn from others. So that's I hope to meet you guys soon. Thank
you so
you.
much, Yanni. That is amazing, right? That goes to show whether you're a single mom or whatever, wherever you are in life, that's what's the beauty of this group is all of us come from a different background, and here we are together, helping each other and grow together. So thank you for that. And Steph, you're next.
Thank you, Rini. So, my name is Steph. I was born in Italy, and years ago. And then from Italy, I decided in my early 20s to move to the United Kingdom, where I spent about 25 years of my life. Then I got married in the United States, went back to the United Kingdom. I had my son, and then his father passed away. And then meanwhile, I discovered that my son had autism, and I had to make a decision where either I was going to stay in the United Kingdom or move to the United States. And my decision was moving to the United States because of different factors. And the main factor was more professional places in the United States that could give more help to my son. And I've always been interested in homes, interior design, and things like that. My uncle is a developer. He builds from the ground up condominiums. He rents them or he sells them, and he has been doing it for his entire life, basically. And I guess he was my inspiration. And so when I moved to the United States, obviously I had to start from the beginning, you know, a new country, a new place. So you start from the beginning. So in January, I bought my first home. But you know, in the back of my mind, I want more, and not for me mainly, but for my son, and not only for my son, but for children like my son, because children like my son, they will grow up eventually, and they will maybe find themselves alone. And so my interest in real estate comes from the fact of having communities, building communities for children and adults with autism and their family. You know, communities where people can access professionals, can access different things. You know, adults with autism can access and be able to learn skills. So this is why I became interested in real estate. My knowledge in real estate is not much, but as I go along, I'm learning and learning more. And this is my story. And I welcome everybody to come and join because for me, by joining this group, I'm learning a lot. And I've been learning since the beginning. So that's it.
Thank you, Steph. That's amazing, an amazing story. And you have an amazing son. We're all rooting for you here. So thank you for sharing that. And yeah, that's what I'm saying. This group is really a family, nothing but a family. You know, we all are unique and we have different background, but we support each other no matter what. So thank you again, Steph, for sharing that. And Binta, you're next.
Yes, hi everybody. Well, my name is Binta Jaju Masman. I was born and raised in West Africa in a small village called Busura. Little did I know that I'll be here today. My being here is unbelievable. I was born with two parents who loved me very much, but they couldn't afford to put me in school, like all parents back home in those days. So what happened to me was, as soon as I was a teenager, like every parent did, as soon as I was a teenager, I was sent to the city to go look for a job as a maid. So in those days, what we used to do is walk around. You just get up in the morning and you go to the city and you're knocking on doors. And when they open the door, you say, I'm looking for work. Do you have work for me? I can even be a living maid. So for me, that's what I did. And for some reason, I ended up going to a very fancy area called Fajara in my country, where they have diplomats. They have like embassies and all those people from America, from different countries. So I will go and knock on every gate. And one time I ended up knocking on the gate of the Nigerian embassy. And when I knocked on the gate, his watchman, security guard came and said, well, I know they're looking for a nanny, but they're not here. Why don't you come back tomorrow? Sure enough, I came back the next day and they hired me as a nanny. So I was taking care of their children and I was living there. I was living at their house, working. And so because he was a Nigerian embassy, they always stationed them in a country for about 2-3 years and they had to send them away. So I was with them for a while. And then when the term ended, they had to transfer them to Germany. So as a young girl, I didn't even have, they asked my parents if they can bring me. And my parents wanting me to have a better life, they said they trusted them to take care of me, to say, okay, you can take our daughter, give her a better life. So they took me to Europe. I was living in Germany with them for many years in there, about 5 years. 4 years. And then after that, they transferred them back to Nigeria. And when we got to Nigeria, I couldn't take it anymore. I said, I want to go back home. I went back home to my country. And then again, I had to go back and look for work. And this time I ended up knocking on a door at a house that the woman who owned that house was an American. And she was working for the Peace Corps. Her name was Connie Tucker. And she had children. Again, she said, well, I have kids. You want to be a living maid? So I'll take care of the children and I'll do all the work, basically everything. Again, when it was time for her to come back to the United States, she was married in the Gambia. When it was time for her to come to the United States, she brought me. She told my parents, I'm going to take your daughter and I'm going to give her an education, just like the other people did, but they never did. They never put me in school. I ended up taking care of their children. I ended up being told what to do and just basically just living under their rules. Some things were good, some things were not so good. But I now look at that as a gift for my life, because that's a journey. That is what brought me here today. And so the woman who brought me here, we went through things, went sideways, and she ended up just like bringing me to New Orleans and told me, why don't you go and stay with my friends for a couple of days, I'll come and pick you up. It's a long story, but to make a long story short, she brought me here to allow me to stay with some friends of hers that she knew, and that she was going to pick me back up again to take me wherever, because she was always moving around. Things were not going very well. But the saving grace was when she brought me here. Those people that she brought me to, they're the ones that really took care of me. They saw me, they heard my story, and they were like, well, we want to help you. If you want to go back with this woman, it's not a problem. You can go, but if you stay here, we will help you. And the woman, because she was a lawyer and the husband was a civil rights leader, they took care of me and they made sure that my papers were all correct, because the woman brought me here legally, but then when my papers expired, she couldn't help. So she was a single mom. She did the best she could. So this woman ended up, the family I lived here, they ended up helping me. And long story short, I ended up getting my green card and I ended up working as a maid at the Hilton Hotel as a housekeeper. So I worked there, I worked as a waitress, I did so many things, I did it all. And long story short, I met Mark, my husband, and he gave me wings. He's the one that gave me wings to fly. Because in life, everybody that came into my life, some gave me wings, some didn't. And some people made me feel less than. But when you meet somebody in your life that gives you wings to fly, you're able to fly and learn on your own. So my husband did that. And from there, I just went on meeting amazing people. Like this man here, actually, was responsible for me meeting Mark. So I'm very, very grateful for being here. I don't have anything, I don't have any knowledge about real estate, but what I do know is that my experiences have taught me to be compassionate and to be kind and to always lift people up, to give that impression of increase, like Wallace D. Waddell said in this book, A Science of Getting Rich. I don't want anyone to come into my life and to leave me. I don't want to meet somebody and the person leaves me feeling, oh my God, Binta made me feel bad. I always want to lift people up. So you all are like that because we are all looking to always increase people's lives. And that is what I love about this group. If anything, what I can contribute is my voice to nourish people's lives, to nourish people's hearts. I also worked at the grocery store, and for some reason, something happened and I couldn't do that anymore. And now I own my own business. I'm working on owning my own business, and I'm a yoga teacher. I went to yoga teacher training, and like Valerie said, I didn't believe that I had potential before. But like Valerie said earlier, whatever the mind can conceive and believe, the mind can achieve. I didn't believe that before, but now I do. And that's why I always want to lift people up. Anybody, you can do anything you want. And that is what I want to contribute here. I will never, ever say something to somebody that is going to put them down if I can help it. So that is my contribution. I hope that come and join us, and we are all here to support you, and you will be very, very welcome here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Binta. Thank you for sharing your personal story. That was amazing. Yeah, your journey to having your independence and meeting Mark and all that. So grateful for you. So Charlie, you're next.
Wow. Hello, everyone. My name is Charlie Mendy. Binta is an incredible human being. And I'm just so grateful to her. She's humble, she's kind, she has so many qualities. Anyway, I was born in Gambia. At an early age, I left and went to France. But mind you not, I was born in real estate. My dad was an entrepreneur. That's how he created his wealth. He always said, and he just teach us by example. This is something that I will never forget. He always said, money, you have it, you spend it, it's gone. Real estate, land, you buy it, it's there, you can hold it, you can touch it, you can feel it, it stays for a long time. So that's stuck in me, and I understood it very quickly. So as the fact that I was meant, my life has been paved. I am meant to honor women to the highest. And I don't even have to look for them. Women and their children, and also, this is what I've been doing for the past 25 years. And this is all done through real estate. So real estate gave me so many foundation, not only income-wise, but also to serve the community. So for me, real estate is it's a joy to me. I'm passionate about real estate. I love real estate. And because it's a business that there's no dull moment. It's a business that there's not only one way. There's so many ways of doing real estate. And my goal is also to bring in first-time home buyers, college students, people that have never purchased a home. Just the feeling of them owning their own home where they live, it's a wonderful feeling. So that's why I said that in real estate, there's so many things that you can do. This group is just incredible. I cannot tell you how much this group has to offer. You can just come in this group, sit down, and just feel the spirit, feel the people. It's just so pleasant that you look always forward to gathering with this group. So if anybody wants to really grow themselves, be with people like-minded, that gonna really lift them up and bring them to another level in so many ways, this is the place to be. I love real estate. I'm looking forward to share what I know about real estate in so many ways. I've been doing this again for the past 25, almost 30 years now. So this group have knowledge. It's full of knowledge, humble people, you name it. You're talking about Jean, Rini and Jimmy and Mark, who is a craftsman, in building homes. So I just cannot tell you how valuable it is to be with this group. So I invite anyone who's curious enough, who wants to grow, who wants to discover, to be part of this group, and you are welcome.
Thank you so much, Charlie. You're such a blessing for our group. I mean, you're just so humble, so loving, so caring, and we just really appreciate you. Thank you so much, brother. So next is Mark. Mark.
Hey, so first I want to say I've been crying a little bit before listening to you guys. Not so much Eugene, although it was inspiring, but more Steph and Binta. But I'm probably the oldest person here, and I spent a lot of my life. I was born in France also, and came here fairly young. And I spent a lot of my life believing that whatever I had to do by myself. And that was pretty much how I built everything in my life. I was always very wary of groups, states, whichever structure puts a lot of people together. As I got older, I started meeting people like those two here. And really, I have no experience in real estate, by the way. I mean, I have tangential experience in real estate as I was close to it throughout my work because of people doing it. But when they got into hooking up with groups of people that were like-minded and that were engaged in the same search as they were, I got drawn into it basically at the same time. So I was a little bit, like I said, I was dragged into it rather than me joining it, because I wanted to. But I'm coming to discover more and more that, you know, when you're around people who have a strong will to do the right thing towards others and people who are ethical, there is a strength to cooperative work that does not exist, you know, otherwise. I mean, there's no way you can do the same things by yourself that you do with a group of people. And this is, as I'm discovering as I go along, this is really what's very attractive in this group. So in terms of what I can bring, like I said, I've been doing woodworking for 40 years. I've been in contact with a lot of real estate stuff through doing the work for them. So I can bring that part, probably that part of knowledge to the group, which is the practical part, the building blocks of real estate. And that's what I think I can bring to you guys.
Thank you, Mark. Thank you so much. I am so glad that you were part of Binta and Charlie, and that you're here and you're part of our group. You're a big contribution to all of us. So thank you so much. Thank you. And hi, Jimmy. So glad you're able to join. Your video was amazing. And we're here just basically introducing our group, everyone in our group, and to tell a little bit about our background and why we decided to join this group. I know you've already explained it in your video, and I don't know if you can speak or not since you're driving. If it's safe for you, you want to say a little bit, go ahead. Otherwise, we understand.
Were you guys able to see the video?
Yes, it's amazing. We love it, Jimmy. And that will be our first video that we will share with the group, and then this intro of our group members. So if you want to say a little bit about yourself, your background, and why you're decided to join this group, that would be appreciated.
Oh, yes, of course. So sorry I'm late. I had to help a homeowner walking through this property, but now I'm in front of you guys, so I'm happy to be back. So I made that video, but like it took me like a while just to like process it, think about it, how I wanted to say it, and then almost how I wanted to film it. And then so I got an opportunity to go up to my property in Yucca Valley, and then we filmed it there. So I like the background there, and then it made me feel really good being there, and then just being a part of something that I own that we rent out, and then just being a part of the group that we have with us. And then, I mean, it's truly something special. You know, I think we've been kind of together for almost 2 years. So, I mean, I think we should start like meeting up. But this is like the next best thing, developing and building something that we have a passion for. And wanting to help each other, and then helping others grow and be successful and create that legacy wealth or just extra income to live the lifestyle we want to live, and be our own bosses. So I think that's what it's all about.
Thank you so much, Jimmy. We just really appreciate you. You have so much knowledge and experience, and you're so humble and you're so generous sharing your knowledge to all of us here. So, I know you're so busy with your work, with your family, now the baby, amazing, cute baby. And you're still here, and you're still willing to contribute all of your knowledge and experience. So we really appreciate you. But going back to the group, but first of all, I just want to thank all of you here in this group. What an amazing group. All of us came from different background, started with a humble beginning. I didn't mention in the beginning when I introduced myself that I actually also was from Indonesia. So all of us from somewhere here, we're all very super diverse. And yeah, so grateful for the United States of America here, for the opportunity. I was able to go to college, earn my master's degree, and for the most part of my career, I was IT director at San Diego State University. Absolutely grateful for that opportunity, being able to invest real estate, being able to do all of these things that we're planning to do, despite our background and differences. But this is like a family. So for all of you out there listening, and I think we love for you to join our group because this is a family. Really, we're able to just share whatever trouble or whatever we are. All of us started from nothing, from like I said before, humble beginnings. So if you're interested in joining our group, please leave a message and let us know, and we would love to have us be part of this. So with that, any other last minute thoughts or comments you guys want to make before I close this out? We're recording. Go ahead, Jean.
Well, one thing that I always say, and it's always important because a lot of times we approach things with the little scarcity mindset. The beautiful part about that is, again, and I think somebody had mentioned it, we all have a beginning, but it's not the beginning. It's the journey and how it ends. And but at least one of the things that I always want to share is why we are where we are right now. And so it's so important. So learning the tricks, how do you find the initial goal that you want and how do you start building from it? Whatever it is, listen, you can learn that here as well. Give us a shot, try it. I promise you, you'll walk away with something more than you came with. So give it a shot.
Absolutely, absolutely, Jean. That's so true. I'm going to stop this recording now, and then we could